Tennessee Titans have a new wide receiver, and it's one that offensive coordinator Brian Daboll knows well. That is Wan'Dale Robinson, off of a career year, Hayden, 92 catches, over 1,000 yards, expanded his game a little bit. What are the Titans getting here with Wandale?
He's still primarily a slot wide receiver. He was out there in 2 wide receiver sets just a little bit last year, which was new for him. But I think for the most part, you're getting the like choice routes, whip routes, screen game, more of the Mickey Mouse variety stuff from Wan'Dale Robinson. But last year, he did run more downfield routes. I think that's partially because they had a quarterback in both Russell Wilson. He went crazy with Russell Wilson, and then also with Jackson Dart, where he was being utilized down the field. So that gives me a little bit of upside because Cam Ward, I think stylistically is similar to those two guys and wants to throw the ball down the field. So maybe he's not going to just be this Mickey Mouse type of route runner. I will say a lot of the downfield production on tape, when I went back to watch him, were more of the coverage bust variety and not like winning on the outside against a press man receiver and stacking him. It's just like, oh, and the linebacker was just lost. So I don't think that all of a sudden he's completely changed his game. I think he's a reliable slot wide receiver. The contract makes okay sense, right around Khalil Shakir, Jacoby Myers money. I think that those two guys, maybe more Jacoby Myers, has a little bit more well-roundedness to his game, where I do think Wan'Dale Robinson, when I think slot wide receivers, I do think Wandale.
Yeah, my buddy Ryan would always post that meme of 5'3" and an attitude. And that's exactly what Wan'Dale Robinson brings to the table. Yeah, I understand in all these free agency previews, you've seen, well, Wan'Dale actually played outside, and there was 414 snaps outside compared to 548 in the slot. Sure, he can line up out there. A lot of those to me were also, off motion, and he ended up as the outside man. But the other part of that too is the Giants missed, wide receivers due to injury constantly. And so they ran a bunch of 2 tight end sets and 2 wide receiver sets. So that put him on the outside constantly. And in a perfect world, is Wan'Dale Robinson going to be, your second outside wide receiver? No. And that's kind of where it brings the fit here with this team. Again, it makes sense. You bring a new play caller who just had Wandale off his highest, career season in terms of receiving yards and receptions. But then you also hit on, if I'm the Tennessee Titans, a 4th round rookie, the 103rd out of a pick, Chimere DK, who also had a very strong rookie season. And he is your slot wide receiver. So how might these two guys fit together?
I'm guessing there's we hit on DK as our elite special teams player and then kind of the backup to Wandale. I don't think that you can do DK and Wandale and be serious in 2 wide receiver sets. I mean, that's the smallest wide receiver tandem ever. It's just not. That's where I'm a little bit confused on the pairing. Aside from Brian Daboll being there, would the Titans have signed Wan'Dale Robinson? That's to me, it's just okay, who knows if Brian Daboll's even going to be around for the next year? I guess they're just looking at, hey, DK was a 4th rounder. We don't think he's a real wide receiver out there, and he's more of a special team guy. So that's probably their calculus there. But this is another team. I don't think they got anything out of Alec Iomenor really, and then Calvin Ridley. His best day is obviously behind him. So they need legit 2 wide receiver set outside wide receivers, because he played outside, but a lot of it was he's still lined up inside. There's just nobody outside of him, just kind of tighter splits. And that's not beating guys off the press man coverage on the line of scrimmage. I think it's a totally different ballgame here.
Yeah, condensed formations. Just the money on this, 4 years, and it's being reported anywhere from $70 to $78 million. And you said what, $38 million guaranteed, correct, I believe is being reported right now. Again, all these contract numbers are in the very early stages. Just to give a reference of where that money is around for Wan'Dale Robinson among other wide receivers, it's basically a tick below Jacoby Myers and the contract that he was just given with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And again, you might say crossing routes, intermediate, slot type. I would rather have Jacoby just as a player overall, but I'm not trying to just totally discount here Wan'Dale Robinson. I do think that there is, one, not many free agent wide receivers available, and then ones that could be commanding a high price or have already done a lot in the league, probably want to go to better contenders than what the Tennessee Titans are putting out there. And just overall, the Titans have to just get competent to good players around Cam Ward. They have to go from awful to average in a whole bunch of spots. And yes, your wide receiver room as a whole, does Wan'Dale Robinson help you go from awful to average to maybe above average? Yes. And then that also brings me to what they might do with the 4th overall pick and just continuing to add offensive pieces. And maybe that is via the best running back in this class.
Yeah, I think Carnell Tate would be a fit there. But yeah, you mentioned it. Like, there's just not that many other guys that they could have signed for. Alec Pierce stays home. Mike Evans wanted to go to contender. He's not going to go to the Titans. So then it's like Romeo Dobbs, which I probably would have liked that fit a little bit more. But then it's like Rashid Shaheed, kind of a slot role player. And then who knows, like Jalen Naylor, kind of the same situation. So there was just not that many like X receiver outside guys that we're shooting for. So maybe they have to address that in the draft. Luckily, the second and third round, there's a million of those types out there. So maybe that's the path that the Titans want to go with.
Okay. I think that does it. Again, if you have other signings and trades that you see cross your timeline, you know where to go to. It is this channel. Hit that subscribe button because the Titans have loaded up on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I wish I had a list here. It's Alante Taylor. It's Cordell Flott. It's John Franklin Myers. They already made a deal for Jermaine Johnson. Hayden, to me, that signifies like they are loading up to fill all the needs on the defensive side of the ball and going to be attacking the offensive side even more once we get to the NFL draft.
Robert Saleh, you get 10 guys. Brian Daboll, you get your one guy, and that's the roster building.
All right, that does it. Appreciate you all watching, and we'll check in the next one.